The explosion of technology and social media use has completely changed our society. While these advancements are often used for good purposes, like connecting with distant friends and relatives, promoting businesses, and streaming videos, it also creates an avenue for bad things to happen. Among these includes cyberbullying, which many people are familiar with at this point, but one that is just as, if not more dangerous, includes cyberstalking. Cyberstalking is defined as the persistent use of technology, particularly the internet, to harass, frighten, and/or stalk someone. According to Missouri State Professor Wayne L. Anderson, cyberstalking is motivated by the desire of the stalker to control the victim or the victim's activities. One way the perpetrator can do this is through electronic misrepresentation, where the cyberstalker has an account that mimics the victim's, or through true identity theft, where the stalker in person or through voice acts as the victim. And while both males and females can be cyberstalkers, the amount of male stalkers is more prevalent than that of females. Social media and the internet make it incredibly easy for a person behind the screen to remain anonymous. Online, you can virtually be anyone you want to be. And on the flip side of things, those who aren't careful on their social media tend to overshare their information. This opens the door for cyberstalkers to not only learn everything about you, your age, gender, hobbies, political views, and of course what you look like, but also it allows them to create an account that looks like someone you might add or someone you might even talk to. In a study done by doctors at the Central Institution of Mental Health in Mannheim, Germany, more than 40% of respondents said that they have been harassed online at least once in their lifetime. But this report of harassment is different than cyberstalking, and since there's no legislation or research that defines real criteria for it, the doctors took the study one step further. They developed a second criteria, one that says the harassment had to be persistent for more than 2 weeks. Of the respondents who reported these happenings, 32% said it lasted a month, 45% said it lasted a year, and 23% were harassed for over a year. Some of these harassments included repeated personal messages, contacting others to get information about them, spreading falsehoods and damaging their reputation, publishing fabricated and embarrassing photos, and publishing messages under their name. More severe reports included downloading data from their computer, hacking, placing orders and making purchases under their name, and using their login information for online banking. So what is the solution? A perfect one has yet to be established. The internet keeps growing, and social media currently has no way to hold people accountable for the information they give. Maybe we need to pass legislation that makes users prove more thoroughly who they are. But some may say this documentation required would ironically be compromising too much of their personal information. Still, we must fight this issue because for the victims, cyberstalking leads to sometimes lifelong trauma. Of the respondents in the study, 16% reported that they checked themselves into therapy or counseling due to the negative impacts of the stalking. It truly is an ethical and a moral issue. As a society that is dominated by the technological world, we need to ensure that cyberspace is also a safe space, free from cyberbullying, cyberstalking, and identity theft.